I don't know what happened last time. It just dropped on me and my screen started going all crazy. Maybe my computer crashed. Not 100% sure on that, but yeah. So what's up, everybody? How we all doing? Turnabout Legacy Part 2. Ha. Aha. H9. Hit 9. Maybe. Someone's hitting streak. Nah. Seems unlikely. Sounds like Detective Bad might be not a fan of baseball. This case, it can't get my head around a few parts of it. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like some more information about the scene of the crime. Sure, you got legs, don't you? That's how the pros do it. That's how the pros do it. Our duties may differ, detective, but we both want to get to the bottom of what happened, don't we? Wouldn't it be better if we worked together? The detective clearly sees himself as the strong silent type. I suppose it's also how the pros do it. Turn the fans off. Turn the fans off just to see if that's... Seems the culprit made sure to wear gloves. Couldn't lift squat from those finger marks. Perhaps you can extrapolate something about their owner's size from their fingers, for example. It's not as easy as it sounds, sorry, but these finger marks are pretty worthless as evidence goes. There's no need to be hasty, detective. After all, even the absence of the fingerprints tells us something of interest, don't you think? You lawyers have an answer for everything, don't you? I'll take that as a compliment. Okay, what do I have left in here? There's still this here, but there's no deduce or anything, so... Okay. Just go slower. Make sure I don't miss anything. Looks like we're good. Except for this. Something else. Even though it says there's nothing here left. Oh. Logic. No. Oh, there's just a deduce on here. Okay. Ooh. The body found Samson Tangaro's room inside the chocolate treasure chest. The cause of death appears to have been blood loss following blunt force trauma. A seal found near the body when it was discovered. What does its design signify? Eureka! Eureka! I only picked it because of the something missing that ought to be there. What are my options? Blood.
Eureka!
No. Oh. There's something that's missing that should be here. I'm not sure what it is though. Oh, I can't actually physically look at it. Like I was like in a like inside the picture. That kind of sucks. Oh, What is missing? Here's about his success. Yeah. What would be missing?
Eureka!
Fingerprints? No. Something that's missing that ought to be here. Honestly, don't know because I've never played this game before, so it's like, I would say blood, but they probably removed it for autopsy report, maybe, or something of that nature. What is this?
Eureka!
Eureka! You suck. I really don't know. I don't have that many. We're brute forcing it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know.
Eureka!
I already do fingerprints.
Eureka!
I honestly don't know what to deduce. I have nothing to go on. Which really sucks because one of my game messed up the other day, or not the game actually, the PC recording. It's all screwed up. I had to restart. I don't remember. I don't really remember what happened. Nothing with him. What would be missing? What would be missing from that? Wait, how did I get that? I was trying to talk to this dude. Sorry, meditating. Something is. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, I did this already too. I don't know. Don't know.
Eureka!
I might as well just exhaust different selections because I am not 100% on this.
Eureka!
How is that or dead? Yeah, I would never know what really happened. But there is nothing more I can do. And with that, I have the same book as my. Something missing that ought to be here. The body? A mermaid? Contest rules. This has been done for Strala. A seal that was found near the body when it was discovered. What could the design signify? This isn't the person, is it? What would be missing? All contestants will gather in Mr. Tangaroa's room. When the judging ends, non-confectionery items may not be used as a decoration. Stands and display materials will be provided. I don't know if I did this already. But how about
Eureka!
no? Yeah, I don't know what I have to go on here.
Eureka! Eureka!
You said the only thing that was removed from the scene is the body. I see. I already did this, so it's like the button has to be stupidly placed perfectly. Yeah, and that piece of the cloth that was wrapped in. Then here, then something here doesn't quite add up. It doesn't. Take another look at the scene in front of us, detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. You're right. I don't remember anybody mentioning they removed the blood along with the body. Let me check with forensics. What is it, Mr. E? What did you figure out? Compare the treasure chest in the photograph to the real thing. In the picture, the solid chocolate bottom continues underneath the deceased's head. And yet the part of the chest is now gone. Part with the blood all over it. Exactly. So did the police remove it, or perhaps the killer? It wasn't forensics. They are saying nobody took anything like that away. Interesting. So somebody deliberately removed the blood from the scene. Could be. Yay, we did it. I think we're about done here for now. Well, if I wasn't convinced before, I am now. Tangaroa did it. Now, no two ways about it. What do you mean? All the rooms in this place locked from inside. The only way to unlock them from the outside is with this key. I see. And who had access to that key? Who do you think? Tangaroa. And it's the only one. There aren't any copies that you know of. With the mentioned key, Tangaroa could slip into anybody's else's room anytime he liked. And he could even lock his own room from the outside if he wanted. But Mr. Tangaroa's room wasn't locked, was it? Nope. Which is exactly what makes him a suspect. Would you care to explain your thinking? If the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangaroa would have been the obvious suspect, which is why he deliberately didn't lock his room, and why he smashed the lid of the treasure chest so the body was on full display. Everyone was supposed to gather in his room when the judging finished up. So he made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't there. One thing he didn't plan on was Bound finding the body. Anyway, that's my thinking on this whole thing. Good enough for you, Mr. Attorney? Do you also believe that it was Tangaroa who damaged the other pieces in the room? Yep. I know you have to believe your client, and that's your job, but I'm a detective, and I serve the law. Law! And no matter how squeaky clean somebody might seem, a suspect is still a suspect. I fully understand your reasoning, detective. Now, would you mind if I applied a little crucial thinking of my own? Do your worst. just as a detective won't compromise his devotion to the law. Won't compromise my beliefs either. And I'm not about to just accept his vision of events in fact. I'm going to show him the piece of evidence that highlights a contradiction in his claims.
Hold it!
Hold it. That's hardly solid grounds on which to base your suspicion, Mr. Tangaroa Detective. And that's hardly solid grounds for you to start shouting objections left and right on, Mr. Attorney. Maybe quit interrupting. Let me finish.
Hold it!
And why would he deliberately lock his door? Because if he locked it, he might as well have held a sign up saying he did it since he had the only key. But maybe it was just a coincidence. Maybe he just left it unlocked without meaning to. He just happened to leave it unlocked and somebody just happened to find the body inside. Come on, kid. You'll never make it a detective thinking like that. But I don't want to be a detective. I want to be an attorney. It'd be grateful if you'd stop trying to steal my apprentice. Look, there's a reason why Tangaroa left his door locked.
Hold it!
So you're saying Mr. Tangaroa himself deliberately smashed the treasure chest open? Yep, if he didn't, the body would have never been found. I struggle to see how he managed to destroy his creation while the judging contest at the same time. Exactly, and besides, there is no way he would have disrespected his sweets. He eats every last crumb on the bacon bop while dancing. That's the only way his stuff gets destroyed. This isn't but what happens on TV, kid. You know about the bacon box, detective? Am I the only one who isn't familiar with this show? Wow, I never guessed. Can you sing the theme song too? Never mind that now, focus. The point of this, Tangaroa was responsible for breaking that lid.
Hold it!
The judging began in Mr. Gusso's room, correct? Yeah. Kinda wanted to check on his hard candy stuff out myself. In that case, how about a demonstration? Well, it's you, detective. Are you calling him a dirty dog? Ha! It's a wolf. A lone wolf. I like it. I'm starting to enjoy these little displays. Anyhow.
Hold it!
Do you have a clear idea of when exactly the murder took place? Not yet. Autopsy reports still pending. And yet you still went ahead and arrested Mr. Tangaroa. We may not know the murder happened, but we know the body was discovered. While it was Tangaroa was judging Gusto's room, the perfect alibi could be set up just right. but still not the grounds for an arrest. Surely you agree with that. Do I? Especially when I've got nothing more to say to you. Why do I get the feeling he's hiding something? Detective Bad seems pretty convinced that Mr. Tangaroa is the culprit. But there's no way he could have vandalized his own room. Creations, no way! Still, the treasure chest did get smashed in. There's no denying that. Perhaps we should focus more on what led to the body discovery. Doing so would make it easier to spot a flaw in Detective Bad's theory. Now I gotta figure out what the heck is the right one to... See, I don't have the boat thing as a thing. When the judging ends. I'm not sure which one to put anything to. Why he smashed the lid in. Well, he wasn't there. Well, he wasn't there. I don't think he did it. I think the boat just fell on it and broke it. But I don't have that as a thing. His name is Artie Frost. I don't know why that name makes me laugh. I don't.
Objection!
Okay. We've established the body was hidden inside the chest, and that Miss Bound only came running into this room when she heard a sound. It seems reasonable to infer that the sound was of the chocolate boat collapsing. Sure, seems likely, based on the evidence. And yet you assert that it was Mr. Tangaroa who had smashed the lid of the chest. I believe this photo makes it clear that the ship did the smashing. And that had occurred moments before Mr. Bound had entered the room. Then it couldn't have been broken by Mr. Tangaroa, who was judging the contest at the time. I never said he did it then and there. He could have done something to the stand so it would collapse when he was in the middle of judging.
Objection!
Have you any way of proving that assertion? Nope, but the investigation isn't over yet. There's still time. So he doesn't have anything conclusive. Have you found any prints in this room besides those of Mr. Tangaroa's? Yep, on the door. We found Tangaroa's and Frost's prints on there too. We were all brought in here for a briefing before we started work on their creations. Those prints are probably from then. I take it you haven't checked any of Mr. Tangaroa's works or for prints yet. Why would... We know that somebody tampered with them. Therefore, it's possible they left some prints behind when they did so. Fine. But if we don't find anything, your guy's still on the top of my list. Got it? You, check all this chocolate for stuff for prints now. Yeah, sure. Right away. Detective Bad. We finished dusting the chocolate and we found prints that don't belong to Mr. Tangaroa, sir. Go on, whose? Delicia Scone. Sir, she's one of the contestants. Good work. You can go back to whatever you were investigating before. Yeah, sure. So it seems we have a suspect besides Mr. Tangaroa. Even without your lawyer input. I wasn't about to wrap up the investigation anyway. So go speak to Miss Sko and see what she has to say for herself. Delicious. Mr. Gusser mentioned her about food. He said that she was ruthless. And that she'd do anything to win. This Scone lady sounds like a pretty suspicious character, huh, Mr. E? Yes. I think we'd better try and speak with her ourselves as well. Detective Bad, would you mind if we accompanied you? Babysitting is not my job. Oh, come on. But I guess you did pick up on a couple useful clues already. So, if you want to tag along, be my guest. Thank you, Detective. You're too kind. But, Detective Bad, sir. I don't think that's just a good idea. The lead prosecutor's still busy in there. It'll be fine. Me and him, we don't exactly see eye to eye anyhow. Who is this him? Who did they sign for this case to? Manfred von Karma. What? They gave it to von Karma? He hasn't lost a case in 25 years. Manfred von Karma, a living legend, over in the prosecutor's office. We've never faced one another in the courtroom, but I've heard plenty of stories. They say he'll do anything to ensure a guilty verdict, but I can't let them distract me. For now, I only need to continue to do what I believe is right. Will be continued. Room's laid out pretty much the same as Tangaroa's. It's not as cold though, that's something. Let's see, yeah. Look, there is a temperature control panel in here too. Over there, or over there where that orange light is, right? We better take a closer look at it when we can. It's like a fairy tale storybook in here. And its whipped cream covered construction must be a work of Miss Lisa Stone. Where is Miss Stone at? Me? I'm just over here, dearie. Oh, look at this. You lovely boys. Delicious Scone at your service. Some cheeky bright serves back and brightly. Even they call me Miss Delicious Teehee. Called a lovely boy at 34, unexpected to say the least. Lovely boys? Really? Even Mr. E? Oh yes, dear. You, detective over there. You're all lovely boys to me. I'm nobody's lovely boy, lady. Name's Bad. I just wonder how old she is. Finish this up so we can get out of here, Mr. Attorney. All right. Oh, here he is. What is the meaning of this? Chit-chatting while the defense... Mr. Edgeworth! Some scary guy just stepped out of the castle. Von Karma. What? He's Manfred von Karma? Beep, sorry, Minigans. The notorious prosecutor, von Karma himself. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. von Karma. You're going to... I'm not even going to finish that. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law. I could care less what your name is. Your job is to lose to me and disappear, to never show your sniveling face again. What a thoroughly rude individual! Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow. You're even scarier than they say. And you might want to keep that rude thoughts to yourself, Eddie. We're hoping you might permit us to carry out some brief inquiries, Mr. von Karma. And why would I wish to extend any such courtesy? This isn't going to be easy. So long your inquiries are limited to this room. I suppose I'll allow it. Why the sudden change of heart? You, the tall fellow. Name's Bad. Is that so hard to remember? I didn't ask for your opinion. The thoughts of a lowly detective do not concern me. But I do admire your spirit. Bad. See to it that these worms don't step out of line. Why do I have to? I'm not offering you a choice, detective. I need to go look over Gusto's room. Good day. Great. More babysitting. Er, Great. More babysitting. Why aren't Detective Bad and Von Karma investigating together? They don't seem to know each other well enough for there to be bad blood between them. Well, looks like we have the permission to investigate. Guess we better do it. Indeed. I'm not sure I trust Von Karma's motives, but at least we could do that much. Hold on. I haven't been over this room yet either. You're not messing it up. Before I get my chance, you'll have to wait till I'm done. Oh, but I thought you were the lead detective. How didn't you take a look at this room yet? Because I wasn't here first. I wasn't the first one here when they assigned. One of Von Karma's pets was on the job before me. Right up to now. In fact, I got here not long before you did. That answers my question why they're working separately, I suppose. Let's say we look together, Detective. It worked out well enough before. Then you won't have to worry about us messing up things. You can keep your eye on us as we go. What kind of screwball attorney asks to have a detective breathing down his neck? I guess I'm stuck with you for a while longer. Yes, you're amazing, Mr. E. You have our thanks, Detective Bad. Don't be too grateful. This is my scene. The second you get in my way, you're out of here. Of course we understand. Now, shall we begin? It's an incredible piece of work. Hard to believe this whole castle is made out of sugar and cream. I know, right? It's like they're inside a magical medieval story or something. I didn't know that you were into such fantastical things. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, I didn't mean to get so carried away there. Oh, no need to apologize. I admire your enthusiasm. I sometimes wish my own son was as animated as you. You have a son, Mr. E? I do. He's still in elementary school. And yet, he'd rather read a statue book than a fairy tale. I can't help but worry that his interest will make it hard for him to make friends. Don't say that. He sounds super interesting. He'll make a ton of friends, me included, I'm sure. I like to think that you're more of a big brother to him than a friend, Eddie. Big brother, huh? Guess I have some growing up to do. Better take this more seriously. Indeed. Then, with that in mind, shall I continue our investigation? Why is there like this stuff inside? The doors of the castle have been left wide open. Yeah, the guy was born in a barn. He could have at least closed them behind him. I'd like to see you say that to Mr. Von Karma's face, Eddie. Nah, I'd rather not. Wait, there's a bunch of stuff inside. Let's see. Hold it, kid. If anyone's gonna handling the evidence, it'll be me. Huh. Cream's going all runny. All over the detective's shoes. Why are all these items being stored inside a candy castle? Alright, tell me, what do you want me to look at first? There's a bunch of blue cloth back there. 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls altogether. Well, we certainly aren't made of candy. No idea what this stuff is for. Almost looks like somebody hid it in there. And I think I've seen fabric of the same color somewhere else before. Two big rock crystals. Look like somebody was using it for the castles for storage. I kind of suspected something a little more exciting behind those doors. Oh, I know. Maybe there's a giant uncut gemstones. And maybe this whole thing is based on a story about the castle with a priceless treasure hidden inside. I think I treat my priceless treasures with a little more care. There is something on the bottom of them. Looks like a little stand or something. I was right. They are gemstones. The stands must be where they can put it on display. Well, whatever they are, it seems that they're not just a large set of paperweights. How about this spot right here? Huh? These pillars. They have a hexagonal indentations. Looks like something's supposed to go in there. Well, whatever they were, they're long gone. You're looking right at them. You're looking right at them. Castle's covered in whipped cream. So maybe a giant strawberry? A giant strawberry with a hexagonal bottom? Look, I like strawberries, okay? Can't blame a guy for wishing. I prefer bananas myself. Blueberries for me. Rock crystal stands and the pillars right in front of the castle feature the same hexagonal shape. I believe the crystals are meant to be placed on top of the pillars. Oh yeah, hexagonal to a hexagon. Makes perfect sense. But if that's the case, then why were they being hidden inside the castle? Why could you don't set them up until they're ready to set them up? The rolls of blue cloth and rock crystals inside the castle. I'd imagine they both must belong to Miss Go. Miss Go? What were you using these items inside the castle for? Oh, those? Sorry, Lambkin. But I'm not allowed to say. Let me guess, Von Karba. Eek! How did you know? Please, don't ask me to tell you. You'll have my guts for garters. It seems the prosecution really has no intention of sharing anything with the defense. Man, I thought we were on to something with those giant rock crystals, huh? Oh, what's that, dearie? You interested in my little trinkets? Your trinkets? Yes, my sweet. I use them to make people all lovely and relaxed. You use rock crystals and cloths to do that? I do. It's wonderful. You should see it. And they're not just any old rock crystals either. They're great big lumps of salt with lights inside them. Wow, those things are lamps? Hee hee hee. That's not even half of it. Those cloths hold an even more exciting secret. She really opened up at the moment. We started talking about her trinkets. Since we're here, why don't you give you lovely boys a taste of my relaxation magic, Oh, Batty Bumpkin. Can you get it can you get it all out and set it up for me? The name is bad. Is that a no? Why are you being so selfish, Batty Bumpkin? Have you finished taking photos in this room yet? Yes, sir, we have, sir. Then help Miss Scone here with something, will you? Yes, sir, Red Racer. Hee hee hee, you're a real sweetheart, aren't you, Batty B? That's amazing, Miss Scone. You got him to do exactly what you wanted. That's some talent. Thank you. You ever so much, Battykins. And you, Officer Lovely. She's even giving nicknames to the forensics guy now. I guess it's their way of showing that she cares. So, what is this supposed to be? Relaxing? Exactly. Oh, don't be a big sourpuss, Batty B. This fun only just beginning. Officer Lovely, can you switch it on now? Yes, ma'am. Huh? Wow, it's beautiful. It is. I wish my son were here to see it. Isn't it though? Isn't it just wonderful? The 4 adorable elves and the sweetie little castle made of sweets. That's my theme, you see. And I thought it would be extra lovely if it was all lit up. Isn't the nicest thing you've ever seen? One of the elves must be feeling a little left out. This is how it was supposed to look for the contest. But I'm glad the lovely boys got to see it at least. Wait, shouldn't the lamps be lit up too? Oh, that's what happened there. I wonder. I think we better take a look at the lamps. And the elves one more time. The doors look nicely decorated now thanks to the beautiful cloth around it. A cloth which was inside the castle. Welcoming doorway makes a welcoming doorway makes a welcoming home. That's a common sense for us detectives. Says the man who trembled all over the castle's entranceway. But I'll hold my tongue for now. A cute little elf made of candy. It's sitting on a little tree stump. The fabric above it and other decorations around it. Dreamlike atmosphere. Stared at it for too long. We might be swept up in the fantasies ourselves. Yeah, but our job is to stay right here in reality and get to the bottom of all of this. Nobody is getting swept up in any flights of fancy on my watch. There's a small door to the wall, just like Mr. Tangaroa's room. Here, I'll open it. The temperature is 68 degrees. Lights set up to green. Didn't Gusto say cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees? Temperature is too high. That is odd. I wonder why. This elf doesn't seem to have any illuminated cloth over it like the others. It's not fair to leave the poor guy out, Miss Scone. Well, I didn't want to, did I, dear? But one of my cloths and one of my little machines went missing. A cloth and sort of a machine exactly. Oh, you'll never guess how it all works. Those luminous cloths are connected to these little thingamajigs. They're called, full spectrum light emitting devices. They send light down the main cable into each optical fiber strand. That's what makes the cloth glow. With a little bit of fiddling, you can change the light to any color with a whole wide world. Bright red and ferocious fiery flames. Cold blue, like clinking ice, crystals of ice. They have special batteries that last for a donkey's years. A donkey's ears? And they don't mind the cold at all. Forgive me for those machines. They... Or what makes the spectral luminous cloth? All up in these beautiful colors, E. I see. So much new technology, I can barely keep up. So these light emitting devices, you lost one of them, and piece of luminous cloth. That's right, Lambkin. Heaven only knows where they could have got to. This cloth could have something to do with the case. The whipped cream in this room is collapsing because the temperature is too high. It's 68 degrees. My messed up shoes can vouch for that. And yet... when you open these doors to the castle, the handles themselves were just fine. Yeah, they were sturdier than expected. Sturdier. That's not the way I would have described most things made of confectionaries. I think it would be better to take another look at those handles, don't you? What the? I think it's safe to say those handles aren't made of candy. It's not just the handles, the whole castle, the little elves. They're all just plastic models with whipping cream smeared on top. What? So none of these confectionaries are art after all? No, simply made to look like candy, with cream, having been added to lend of an air of authenticity. Little tongue twister there. You. What's the matter, Miss Scone? You seem a lot less cheerful than you were a minute ago. Is it Mr. Von Karma? Did something happen between you two? Why, yes, nothing happened at all. But you just said yes. That was a hello, yes? You silly boy. Aren't you just the sweetest little sugar dumpling? Remind me what your name is again? Oh, it's Eddie. Eddie Lumpkin. Oh, you'll go far, dearie, I can tell. Eddie Lumpkin? It seems our English gentlewoman has taken a liking to you, Eddie. No small accomplishment. She's exactly what I pictured when I think of a gentlewoman, Mystery. Never mind that now. When should we ask her a few questions while we can? Could you tell us about what you did over the course of the contest? Of course, dearie. Let's see. It all started about 10 in the morning. That's when we set to work. And well, I spent most of the time in my room getting everything ready, as you expect. Oh, and there was a lovely afternoon tea for an hour from around 1, I think. Afternoon tea. It's an English tradition, a chance to drink tea and enjoy a snack and make small talk. So like a recess. Yes, I suppose you could say that. Oh, you really know your onions, don't you, Greggy Pegleg? What are these names? Such a clever boy. When did I become Greggy? And where was this afternoon tea served? Out in the garden, of course. There's some lovely little one just outside. And at the same hour, to break during the contest, lay it out nice little spread, you know. But today, only me, Samson Silly Pants, and Moody Judy were just there for it. Sammy People had already finished his big creation, so he was there the whole time. But poor little old Chili Winkins and Gusty Pants had to miss out because they haven't finished yet. Bless them. You were saying everybody except for Mr. Frost and Gusto was present. That's right, dear. To tell you the truth, I haven't finished yet either. But I wasn't about to miss out on tea and cake served by our two TV superstars. I went back to work. When I finished, though, tootled off, while the others were still nattering away. At any point during these contests, did you visit any other competitors' rooms? Well, no, dear, don't be silly. That's strange, because your fingerprints were found in Tangaroa's room. He caught red-handed. Wait, so you admit it, you were there? Oh, well, I can hardly deny it now, can I? But I didn't kill anybody, I swear. I suppose I better tell you what really happened. Just promise you believe me, won't you, dear? What really happened? What exactly were you doing in Mr. Tangaroa's room? Well, I wasn't there. I suppose you'd call it research. Research? Sammy People's a dab hand when it comes to the old sweet making. Everybody knows that. So when I noticed there was no one in there, I just popped in for a quick bit of research. Like I say. What kind of research leaves fingerprints? Yes, that. Well, this stands to reason. I'd leave fingerprints, doesn't it? After all, It was hardly research if you don't have a little nibble now, is it? What? You ate a little piece of them? So, the traces of tampering in Mr. Tangaroa's room, it was all you? I'm ever so sorry, sweeties. I didn't mean to make a mess. I just had a little bite here and there, didn't I? I didn't want to put poor Sammy Poople, getting upset, so it was just like a teeniest bit of pieces. And then the stand is holding the ship up. You take a bite of that too, I suppose? Oh yes, dearie. Of course I did. It was you? You brought the whole thing crashing down? Eek, I'm sorry for my levy. I truly am. Hold on. Is that why you left the afternoon tea early? You were heading off the second helping of sweets? Look, just please believe me. I never killed anybody, I promise. Her actions are certainly suspicious. But that's all I can say for now. Now. These must be various tools that Miss Scone used to build her castle. Buckets filled with cream, trowels, and a brush. And she is patissier for a plasterer. Don't go making jokes at my expense, you cheeky young devil. I don't just slap on stuff on walls like a silly old plasterer. I have to spread on the cream with lovely and smooth, then work it all the rough patches. But that's literally what a plasterer does. Look you. Anything that gets my attention, well, what about blood? Lamps appear to be broken. Bulbs are smashed, both of them. Maybe they fell out and broke on the floor. Look, there's a red stain on one to the left. That's not just a stain. That's... Yep, it's blood, alright. I can smell it. What? Blood? Why is there blood on this slab? Could it have something to do with the ball that's broken? We better take a closer look at this one too. Eureka! So blood with not blood? Alright. My shoes are already covered in cream. I wouldn't go any closer unless you want the same thing to happen to you. We've seen what's behind these doors. Really look again. Oh, I thought we were going to do something about the handles, but okay. So definitely not blood. Okay. We know that the victim was struck and killed with something blunt. We have found blood in one of the lamps, which was smashed bulb inside. Could the lamp not have been the murder weapon? For sure, it could definitely be enough to do damage to kill someone. You, science guy, did you finish analyzing the blood from the lamp yet? Yes, sir. Just got done a minute ago, sir. The blood of the victim is no doubt about it. There you have it. The murder weapon was hidden in Miss Gone's room. I'm beginning to think we may need to add her to our list of suspects.
Eureka!
Okay, that's okay. New. So the lamp has a hexagonal stands on the right. Yes, I imagine the intentions of the pillars were made to accommodate them. And the boy did fix it like a glove. Wait, I keep getting it to... roll a thin cloth of navy blue. It's very calming hue. I like it. Yeah, it was real deep in all, Mr. E. But let's have the main event already and light it up. All right. I wasn't trying to be deep or anything, though. Whoa, look at all these buttons. I believe they're for changing the color of the light. Try pressing one, Eddie. There, now the cloth all lit up. So there's no matter how many times I see it. The cloth is now glowing a pale blue hue thanks to the light emitting device. Didn't Miss Scone say that these cloths, it's the machine, are missing? Who do you think could have taken them? I have no idea, but I suspect it might have something to do with our case somehow. I don't know how I got him, but okay.
Eureka!
Oh. Scout actually intended to use these lamps for her display. And why were they stashed inside the castle? Maybe it's because they're broken. Except there is a penalty for other places she could have put them. The best place is inside some of the salt and sugar. Isn't it how it goes? Or perhaps the best place to hide a tree is in a forest. Anyway, her intention is what to put these salt lamps in her final display. That contradicts the secret piece of evidence in my possession. I'll need to point it out and make a connection. Actually, guys, let me save quick. I'm gonna pick this up again Monday. I will see you all then. Alright, guys. Peace. Don't forget to like our